Hey there, my name is Gustav, and a couple weeks ago I posted a track to SoundCloud that was really just an experiment with a couple of new additions in the studio, that being the Moog Mother-32 semi-modular analog synthesizer, and the second being Movement, which is the new plugin from Output. Now, Output's been doing some really cool stuff with their instruments, Rev, Signal, and Exhale, but this is their first plugin, and I was super excited to try it out to see what it could do, and it definitely did not disappoint. So we're going to take a look at a track breakdown of Mother Movement, and I'll show you a little bit of how I'm working and how I'm combining the analog world with the digital. And if you haven't yet heard the track, you can check it out in the link below, and we'll just get right into it. So here we have 8 tracks of the Mother-32, along with 8 instances of movement. And for the purposes of this song, this was really just an exercise in dialing through the presets just to see what this thing could do. I didn't spend a ton of time under the hood. So let's check it out in action. Track 1 is this melody track. The Mother-32 sounds awesome in and of itself, but let's see what movement adds. Here it is bypassed and enabled. In this case, I'm just adding a little bit of some filters and some delays and a little bit of reverb and then modulating those parameters. So once again, here it is without. And with. Track 2 is this kick drum track, which technically doesn't have any movement on it, so we'll go right to this snare drum track. The snare drum is just a simple noise pattern that I played on the Mother-32, and with movement we get this. So this is just rapidly modulating some pan and some filters and then adding some distortion and a little bit of reverb. So once again, without and with. Track 4 is this synth arpeggio. And everyone knows what you do with synth arpeggios is you give them a crap load of delay. In this instance, I'm just using movement as a delay and I'm not modulating any of the parameters, so it's pretty straightforward. Once again, without and with. Track 5 is this drone type track. Sounds cool enough on its own, although maybe a little lonely. So let's see what movement adds to it. Again, I was just dialing through presets and found one that said, oh, that sounds cool, I'll try that. So this one is modulating some volume and some pan, and it's adding in some distortion, some delay, and some reverb. So again, here it is without and with. Track 6 is this sequence pattern, which I set up on the Mother-32's internal sequencer, and while that was playing back, I recorded it while tweaking with the cutoff and the resonance and the modulation and the tempo on the Mother-32 to give that sequence speeding up and slowing down, and then added movement on top of all that. So here it is without, and then here it is with. Once again, without and with. Track 7 is another sequence pattern, similar to the previous track. But I wanted to see how far I can mangle it in movement definitely was not disappointed. So here it is without movement, and here it is with. So it takes this sequence pattern, and through all its modulations, it creates this noise beat pattern. So once again, without and with. Pretty cool stuff. Track 8 is yet another sequence pattern. So let's see what movement gives us on this one. Once again, without. And with. And lastly, we have one more sequence track. Here it is without movement. And with. Without. So that was a quick look at Mother Movement, which again was just an experiment with the Mother-32 and Movement from Output. You can check out the full track on SoundCloud at the link below. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Gustav, and I'll catch you next time.